Hi guys, I'm Kane Harrison. Welcome to the Nashville Real Estate Show. We are again, of course, at the Littman Group, Sotheby's International Realty, where we do this every single week for you guys at home. We are joined by Larry Littman. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you, sir.
It's great to have you on board. And Gloria, of course. Welcome, Gloria Exum. Gloria, you've just come back from tripping around multiple states, I guess, and multiple venues where you've learned so much about the real estate business. Can you tell us a little bit about that before we get into the first video?
Yes. So Stephanie Kelly, our marketing director, and I had the privilege of visiting 3 Sotheby International Realty offices, one in Louisville, Kentucky, and one in Indianapolis, and another in Chicago. And just had a great opportunity to meet some of our other broker owners and marketing leaders, and just seeing the exciting real estate communities and what's happening in those markets.
And I bet they were super excited to hear from you guys as well, because Nashville is such a hot market. And although I guess you thought you were probably going up there to learn so much, I bet you that they took a few things from your expertise as well. Let's talk a little bit more about that after today's first video. And the video, of course, is of 889 Long Mountain Trail, McMinnville, Tennessee. So we'll get right into it.
This is a property, 889 Long Mountain Trail in McMinnville, Tennessee. It's about an hour and a half away from Nashville. And look at the beautiful trees and vegetation. It's like a Gatlinburg resort, and it has a nickname. It's called the Leaning House. They actually built that tower to lean. And in a minute or so, you'll see another view of it. Isn't that interesting? I think it's pretty incredible.
It's certainly a talking point. I know Gloria mentioned off camera before, you know, it's certainly a talking point as you come up to the house.
A wonderful covered area in the front and a 2-story living space. It really has an open feel and a lot of wood.
I mentioned earlier, Larry, that the way that they have this house furnished and positioned, there's lots of little conversation areas. You'll notice the gathering area in front of the stone fireplace. Super nice.
That is so true.
I know you mentioned, Larry, before as well, that this is almost like a retreat or a second home where you take a group of people, everyone can find their own little space, but then we have these beautiful big areas like this where everyone can get together, have a meal, and really enjoy each other's company.
That's so true. And the other interesting thing is that as you look out the windows, some of the views are just fantastic, and we'll see more views in a minute. There's one of them, and look the way the deck is. It just overlooks the mountains.
Larry, this house has the screened-in porch areas and decks off of all the suites.
It seems that way. There's 4 bedrooms and 3 baths in the home. The 4th bedroom actually doesn't have a closet. However, they will put one in.
Now, Gloria, you mentioned suites, and that's because there isn't really a master. I mean, they're all fantastic bedrooms that could be masters.
Right, the actual owner's suite is located on the 1st floor, but you'll notice these upper suites are very spacious, and they all seem to have, you know, areas where they can drink their coffee out on the screened-in porch, just enjoying the view.
I mean, just look at that view again, though. It's so peaceful and relaxing.
And so you're even noticing, look at the detail in the wood tray ceiling.
And many of the rooms do have raised ceilings.
You'll notice too that there's quite a bit of actual yard area that's cleared and manicured, so you really have the feeling of, you know, having that private front and backyard in addition to the wooded area.
And just an hour and a half from Nashville, it's absolutely incredible to be able to have the hustle and bustle of Nashville and then this beautiful state of Tennessee, just to be able to take an hour and a half drive and seem like you're out in the middle of absolutely nowhere and have a beautiful retreat like this.
The first thing I think of is a writer's haven. It looks like the perfect place to get away if you're writing a new song or a book.
It does seem that peaceful. And the roof is a standing seam roof.
Yeah, they didn't miss any attention to detail and every opportunity to make it unique.
I think the layout is fantastic. We often show some of these properties that could perhaps be a second home or a retreat, but this one lends itself to so many things. Like you said, a writer's retreat. I mean, it could be a bed and breakfast with all that space, or just a great place to bring the family back to at Thanksgiving or Christmas.
I would say if you own that home, everyone would want to have their family reunion there.
That would be my spot right there, Gloria, in front of that fire under that screened-in porch. In the fall in Tennessee, I couldn't imagine a better place to be.
Larry, this is definitely one of those listings I feel like we should have the opportunity to see in person.
I agree.
I think you should perhaps spend a weekend there just to make sure that everything's
just so
in order.
Just so we can check it out.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I mean, we've got that crooked tower from the outside, but obviously no crooked walls inside.
No.
So it is very much a talking point.
It's so unique that it's on the stilts, and that's just a really unique architectural style that you just don't see very often. Almost gives it a treehouse feel from
It does.
from the
Well, it's
outside.
surrounded by so many trees, and mature trees.
Now, Larry, this is also an interesting point, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is in a gated community, which is, to me, strange, being in such a wide open space.
That is correct.
So the Overton Retreat community has, large, spacious home sites and private dwellings, but yet you're in a community.
What a fantastic home, Larry and Gloria. And don't forget that you can contact Larry, who is indeed a listing agent, and Chris is also, but Chris doesn't want to come on the show, Larry. It makes me really upset. We've got to give him the courage to come in here and get in front of the camera.
If you call me,
Yeah.
then I will pass it along to Chris because it's actually his listing.
Okay, fantastic. Well, you can find all that information that's just above here, just above our heads, where you can click a link and find out all about this beautiful home, but not only this home, but all the homes that the Littman Group, Sotheby's International, have to offer, because you'll land on their website and they've got so many fantastic search tools for you to be able to find exactly what you want, as Stephanie Kelly, Marketing Director, has told us before. Now, Larry, Gloria, Larry, we were speaking before, which I think is a great point. We're about to embark on the change of season. And when we first started this program, we were doing the same thing, and we were talking about how hot the market was going to get because we're coming into spring. Now we're right in the middle of summer. We're moving towards fall. Just explain what usually happens. And I know we're in a strange market, but what usually happens?
Well, what usually happens is this time of the year, things begin to slow up a little bit. And it's most of the time it's due to the fact that school is going to start back. And they're taking their last vacations, and then they're going to try to react to the children going back to school and spending the money toward that. And then as soon as they get back in school, then it kind of picks up a little bit more. And then as we're not as cyclical as we used to be, or at least not last year and the year before. So by the time they're in school and it's the fall, then things, what I consider are steady. And then the closer it gets to the holidays, then it slows up even some from that point.
Now, you guys never take the foot off the gas. I know that. So,
No.
So definitely, if you're thinking about listing your home or selling your home, contact Larry or Gloria. But Gloria, let's just talk about that. I mean, if most people are thinking, usually I don't want to list my home at this time of year because it's starting to get to that time where perhaps it will be on market over the entire winter, it's just not the case.
That's not the case at all in the market that we're in. I don't think we're really going to see much of a slowdown at all this year. I think we're going to press hard on into the last quarter of the year. And if people are looking to make a move, there's no reason whatsoever to wait. We've found many times that properties we list during the holidays sell just as quickly as they do in other times of the year. We're just seeing less of that, don't you think, Larry?
I think so. I know that I'll have homeowners that will ask me, should we wait, if it's, say, December, January, should we wait until the spring? And I say, you just never know that particular customer for your home may show up Christmas morning.
And one thing I'd like to add to that is that if you have a home that you're thinking about listing and you're considering waiting until later, don't wait, because right now the inventory again is still low and there's a little less competition possibly in the marketplace for you, which is a great position to be in as a seller.
And we've talked about the whole way through. I mean, we always talk about how you can perhaps buy a home, but make sure you contact the Littman Group, Sotheby's International Realty, if you're thinking about listing your home. And of course, it's at any price point. These guys deal from absolutely every price point, from the hundreds of thousands right up to the millions. They've got every single option for you. Larry, I've so enjoyed having you on the show again. I know it's been a whirlwind, but we will be back.
It has been, but it's been fun.
I know it. Larry,
and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I just wanted to mention Larry, of course, has been working all weekend as Gloria has been away, he's had people from out of town showing homes. So for the people in Nashville, if you're thinking of listing your home, and as Gloria said, even if you're thinking about coming up to winter, there are people from outside of Tennessee that are so interested in moving to Nashville now and continue to be, because we're just this rapid growth. So again, Larry, thanks so much for your time. And Gloria,
Thank you.
great to have you back.
Thank you.
You're
Glad
back
to
here
be back.
safe and sound. I know that you guys had a fantastic time. I thought you'd be a little bit hoarse from the singing voice in the car trip, but no, everything's in order.
No, we sure talked a lot though.
Well, that's good. I'm glad about it. Hey, and we've talked a lot here in this last 10 minutes, but we've enjoyed your company, and we'll see you next time on the Nashville Real Estate Show.